Now then, people, it's Joe, it's all Leeds TV, and it's time for your Leeds versus Leicester post-match chat. Don't make great reading that, does it, down there? Beaten 4-1 at home by the Foxes. Yeah, not great, but it's okay. It's okay. Like, I'm not going to get carried away like some people may do. Listen, Leicester are a very, very good side, you know. For me, I said in my pre-match, I had nerves. We were always going to struggle by the way that we play and how high our backline will, be up the pitch, bearing in mind how much of the ball we have. And if we, especially if we're sluggish, sloppy, and can't pass a ball 5 yards, we just weren't at the races tonight. I thought the first half was really, really shocking. Pablo wasn't great. Click didn't really work in the DM. It just didn't really come off, man. We couldn't. I mean, there was stages in that first half. I think me and Oscar chatted about it on the watch along. We had like 67% possession, but it didn't feel like we could string 5 passes together. It did get better in the second half, and when we scored, we started to control for a little bit, and we've seen a little bit more of what we expect from Leeds United. But that first half was really, really bad, and you can't expect to not concede chances. I'm not having a go at this because I fully accept this as a Leeds United fan and Beelzebub and how we play, that this will happen, that we are going to concede chances with the way that we play. Look at Wolves, there was times when Podence and Jimenez had chances, but it's a totally different kettle of fish when it's Jamie Vardy and Harvey Barnes. Pace to burn. Last season's top goal scorer, the Golden Boot Award. I thought Jamie Vardy was fantastic tonight. Tielemans, fantastic. I thought the kid at left wing back, Thomas, amazing. I really liked Albrighton. When Maddison came on, he showed that touch of class. And Leicester looked great, man. Leicester looked great. Perfectly set up, perfect foil for our style of play. Brendan Rodgers got it right on the night, he said in the pre-match, man, they leave spaces, and of course we know that. Bielsa knows that, We just hope to do better up the pitch, and we further helped them just with our sloppy and sluggish play tonight. For me, we weren't great. And when you're making errors and you have the likes of Tielemans, Pratt, etc., playing the balls, I mean, at times it was route one. Let's look at that first goal for them. I mean, look, Paddy Bamford should score. Definitely should score. I think it's Ayling that plays the ball in. Lovely cushioned header by Harrison, and he should score. And, all it takes is either corner and it's 1-0, but it's straight down Kasper Schmeichel's neck. It's a tame effort. And then they go and score straight away. And it shows you how things can change in games. I know it's a cliche, but fine margins, When we brought it back to 2-1 and Pablo has the effort that hits the stanchion right in the corner, if that goes in, we possibly go on and win the game. We do. It's 2-2. There's a real gusto from Leeds United, but it wasn't to be. That's totally fine. 4-1 flatters it, if I'm being perfectly honest, in my opinion. 4-1 flatters it, but when you concede chances to a good side that are great going forward that can hurt you on the counter, then these things can happen. I said at the start of the season, there'll be times when we get hit for 4, 5, 6. They will be, because teams, it will just click, and it happened like that tonight for Leicester. I thought they were great going forward, If you look at that first goal, it's pretty route one. Fuchs sends it long. Koch makes an error. I thought, look, in the first half especially, Koch and Cooper lost the battle with Jamie Vardy. In the second half, they did much better. There was a couple of times Koch was caught out of position, real eagerness to do well, and sometimes was getting caught out of position and it was landing at Barnes or Vardy's feet. But in the first one, he comes across and he tries to play it back to Meslier. He does it with his incorrect foot and it just doesn't make it. It's great from Jamie Vardy. Great little touch. Dinks it over, and it's a good finish by Barnes. Well, it's an easy finish, isn't it? It's an easy finish, but it's a mistake from Koch. But look, all it comes down is just being sloppy and sluggish. It is. That's all we were. Shackleton didn't really do much. I thought the substitutions worked, were positive. Some people might say the Pablo one for Roberts maybe didn't, but Pablo wasn't having a great night, and it made sense. I was a bit surprised when I seen Pablo get a little bit angry. I love Pablo Hernandez. Every single one of us does. He's the magic man, and we'll love him forever, you know, for what he's done for this football club. But I don't think he was great, so I don't get why he was frustrated, because he wasn't great tonight, you know. Then there's the second one. I thought Albrighton, good ball into the box. He did really well last night. If you compare his performance to Matty Cash, it was chalk and cheese. You know, Harrison had so much joy against Matty Cash, gave him nightmares. However, Albrighton dealt with it. Even when we were switching in the second half and you had Costa, Harrison was playing central, then it was all switch around Dallas, and thought he did well all night. It's a good ball in. Jamie Vardy, great centre forward play again, beats Koch to the header. He shouldn't beat Koch, but he does. It's a good save by Meslier, and it falls to Tielemans, who I thought was fantastic as well tonight. Then, of course, Dallas, second half, 2-0. Dallas gets a chance. It's poor goalkeeping, really. It misses everyone and it ends up in the back of the net. And then things change. You know, Leeds did come out much better in the second half. I thought the centre-back started to get to grips with Jamie Vardy, started winning that individual battle. Whenever the ball came up to him, they were in front of him, and we started to look like we could make something happen. And, of course, you know... Pablo has that chance as well. Pablo has that chance where it hits the crossbar. If that goes in, it's 2-2. It's a different game, but it wasn't to be. James Maddison came on. Thought he really affected the game when he came on. He's a special talent. You know, Jack Grealish is a B-Tech James Maddison. James Maddison is special, and he was great when he came on. Great touch and turn and pass into Under, who I thought was really dangerous when he came on as well. And real insight from Under once he got round. I think it was Q-Point, maybe in Koch, to just dink it. Over Meslier, and it's an easy finish for Jamie Vardy. And I'll say it, and I'll say it again. You know, people had to go at us in the watch-along at the start saying, is it Vardy we're playing or Leicester? But Jamie Vardy's so dangerous, man, and he scored again tonight, and I thought he was fantastic. They were. Leicester were really, really good. I was really impressed with Thomas as well, the left wing back. But look, Bamford had 2 chances in the game. One early doors. If he scores that, it's a different game. Leeds are up after 3 minutes after just beating Villa 3-0 on the road, and things are looking gravy. Bamford's on the score sheet again. Misses that, they go up the other end and score, and it just wasn't our night. You know, there was a chance where Luke Ayling plays it. I thought Luke Ayling was great as well. Luke Ayling was great again for me. You know, I think I seen Brendan Rodgers afterwards say to him, "You were great tonight," you know, and he was, man. He very rarely puts a foot wrong for me. Forward so much, and even his deliveries, you know, right, left foot, he's just getting so much better. And he plays a lovely little ball. I think it's Click that sends it into Ayling, and he dinks it over with the left foot, and it's through to Bamford, and it's such a poor touch. It goes ahead of him, and Kasper's out to save it. I thought Kasper Schmeichel was shaky all night, genuinely. I didn't rate him as well, and I thought Leicester looked poor when playing it out from the back. We just weren't great tonight. If we're a different night, different day, we'd probably get a result. And I know people who haven't watched the game thinking you've just been beat 4-1, but I genuinely believe that, you know. They weren't great knocking it out from the back. I didn't think Schmeichel covered himself in glory. And if Bamford has even an ounce of a little less heavier touch, he scores that chance. But it's a heavy touch, and Kasper can come out to get it. But it is what it is. These things happen. It's Premier League football. I'm totally at peace with it. Leicester are a great side. You know, great, perfectly set up by Brendan Rodgers. We all knew they would do that. You know, Let's not say they sat in, but you know, when we had the ball and had possession, they were in banks of, you know, 2 banks of 4. You know, set up really well. And whenever they got the ball, especially in that first half, it was long. Get it long. Get it to Vardy, get it to Barnes. And, you know, they were always going to have space to run into because of how we defend. We said that prior to the game. It's frustrating. It is what it is, but we go again. We play Crystal Palace on the weekend, and it's a game I believe we can get 3 points from. It is what it is. I'm genuinely not that fussed. Of course, I want to win football games. Of course. But it's okay. Leicester City are a great side. Beat Arsenal, beat City. Now they beat Leeds, you know. Here's what it is. I'll see you in a bit, guys. I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And let me know your thoughts on the game and what went wrong for Leeds United tonight. But yeah, pleasure as always. Thanks for joining us on the watch along. Thanks for watching this. And I'll see you during the week for an opposition preview, Crystal Palace preview, and your Crystal Palace watch along at 3 p.m. on Saturday. See you in a bit. Leeds.